What's going on, guys? I just wanted to give, I guess, a brief little update of how this game's going, how I feel about the game. It's not like I'm think the game is dead or anything like that. I'm trying to balance this and Neural Cloud at the same time, and it's just a little bit rough to do. You know, I wouldn't say it's rough to do both games, but you guys know it is daunting as a task, especially for someone that works full time, to do both games. And we have to obviously talk about the elephant in the room, is that, you know, you don't really play this game that long in the day. Now, I do know that they did, oh, perfect, look at the game. Hey, thank you, game. They did drop this shadow thing. This is not like a, from what I can tell, this is not a like timed event or something like that. It looks like it's just extra missions that they added into the game. If you can beat it without using any assist, that's nice. If they don't die, you get this. I don't know what that is, you know, I mean, it's 70, right? But it just doesn't seem like it's enough to warrant. It does seem like it's a nice thing. Like, if you have characters built, like, nice, recommended level 71. Me personally, I would just, I guess, get one of the specials and I'll be done with that. But the thing is that if I just go into one real quick, go. If I go into one real quick, it's basically like, it's just like a stage. Oh, this is like an old one. And Can't Die. Let me look at it. So this is similar to the story stages. It's just that it's done differently. I think one of the other ones that you couldn't have as many characters out, things like that. And I mean, let me see if I can do it without using my own people's. I'm sorry, I'm working on Chameleon. I decided that she's going to be my next, what the hell is it called? I don't know if that's enough people, but she's going to be my next phase 3. But this stage, this thing here, it's like
shadow follows.
I don't know. Oh, they go down. I didn't even know they went down.
Shadow
follows.
Shadow follows. Let the dance begin.
The hell is that? Yeah, I should definitely bring core breakers with me.
Shadow follows.
In my spare time. All right, Alice. Oh, basically, what happens is that's not a proper team comp. I just put it together. I think they are definitely putting that you definitely need more core breakers, right? At least that's what I've noticed. You definitely need your core breakers kind of built up, which you do need for the story. So like, if you don't have like your core breaker team set up and they're not decently high leveled, this thing is going to be a nightmare for you. But my thing is that, like, as you can see, the rewards for these stages is just these gems, right? Like just the 70. Meanwhile, if I go to main story and just click on any of the stories, you know, I still get the materials for leveling up. The thing is that the game is, what they tried to do there is they try to give you guys extra content pretty much. It's extra content, but it's very similar stuff that you've already done. It's just done harder. It has more restrictions on it, more rules that maybe you didn't have before. You have less sanity, which I thought that, you know, they do that on certain stages. Like, you could tell, like, even if I go back here and I go to the Rust, right? And these stages, like even these stages, right? The whole theory behind this is that if that big guy goes through, if you can't hold him back, you're going to lose. Obviously, if you let too many of the small things go through, you're going to lose also. But you can kind of like focus on yourself somewhat alive and then focus on the big guy later. There's ways to do it, is my point. I don't think that content was good enough to actually warrant anything. The bigger update that they did was the event with Stargazer, which had its own little thing. And this is like those, what I like to call like those skip periods, right? Character that they put on the banner, which this banner ends, damn, the 20th. So 10 more days. what they normally do is that they'll put a character on a banner. We already know how this works, and it usually has the theme. But since I feel like this was poorly timed, I do think that they should have dropped either another character by now. It's just, it seems like there's nothing going on in the game. That's the only thing you can say is on in the game, and it can inspire you to level up, and it inspired me to level up too. I did the first stage and I was like, whew, that was tough. But then even just working on my team slowly, like equaling out the levels of units, because I'm trying to get more units for the Broken Frontline. I'm actually one of the people that actually don't mind doing the Broken Frontline and Oblivion Pit. I actually enjoy the Oblivion Pit, like the later ones. I got to see what the hell this one is, 8-9. I don't mind doing it. I just forget to do it. When I do it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of fun. Like figuring out a team to do it. But I can understand people that obviously are less casual than me. I'm a very casual player, so they're going to be leagues ahead of me when it comes to this content. They've already done this. They were, being good little boys and girls, and they do this. You can see I forget to do some of my days. That's just me. It's just me. I forget. I'm involved in too many stuff. I have another channel that's doing really well as well, and I've been having a lot of sleep issues. So when it comes straight down to it, this game needs to step it up. I want this game to step up. I actually just filled out the little survey that was having here, and it's probably the most negative response. And I'm saying negative as in I was just being, I guess, realistic. Like, you guys need to step it up. If this game doesn't start having like more interesting events, I don't know how this is going to work. I do know that they have a couple of, I think, A and S rank characters that haven't been dropped in the game, but I don't know if that's going to save it either. It has to give you events like I think that they're just doing a piss poor job of making this game seem relevant and cool. Like the Stargazer event, it was cool. You got a new character. You got two new characters. They both have interrogations, right? Like you could do both of their interrogations if you're into that. They had an event also. Now she pops up and she talks like having Stargazer in your party. There was a lot to it. There was definitely a lot to it. But I feel like it's been dead after that. And I still play because I love the game. I absolutely adore the game. I wish it was like on a Switch or something like that. And like, I feel like this game is probably represented in another Switch based, mobile, like I'm saying Switch as in like a mobile device. This probably have a very similar game, and I would play the hell out of it because I like obviously Fire Emblem, yes, but I like this style of game, and I like to dabble in it. The other one I think that I keep seeing Cyan post about is Arkland. I'm definitely gonna play that, and I'm waiting for Higgin. That's the other game that I'm waiting for. But this is my account. It's also like a kind of account review. I was going to, what's she at, 60? I was actually going to unlock her crime brand. Her exclusive crime brand or whatever like that, because I wanted to really see what this is, but it's just a little bit too expensive. Then I was gonna do Nox's, and then I read how Nox's actually worked. I thought that when I first read it, when she uses it, I thought that means each wave would core break. But luckily, through the power of everyone using the same fucking unit, I was able to see that it actually doesn't work like that. It actually only does the first initial thing. It's like an AoE. It's basically like what is it, like Pascali, Hora. It's basically like that, and it core breaks. So you give this character a core break, which is still really strong of a thing, but it wasn't exactly what I thought. Same thing with Hamels. It wasn't exactly what I thought. But Chameleon's is just so pivotal. Like, it's kind of nuts. It's like for every 10 times she mental soars, which is her basic attack, every 10 basic attacks, all the catalysts that she puts out gains additional attack speed. So her having attack speed, which she blanketly gives attack speed in general, it just makes the attack speed like insane. Like, it just makes it insane. And like I said, it works for characters like Hamel because she heals more. It works for characters like Nox, and it just kind of buffs up the way that my style of my team really. And I'm starting to actually make a cohesive team. Like, I kind of want to build around Nox and then like start to get more physical damage dealers because of the fact that she does like physical. Where is it? I think it's one of her shackles or something like that. Is it one of her shackles? It is one of her shackles, which I don't know why I'm building around it because there's no way I'd ever, no way I ever get any of this, right? Start building a team around physical, or I could start doing just a attack speed based team, characters that do benefit off attacking a lot, like Che, like the Geeka, like slowly build around teams. And this is the other issue that I have with this game, and it's not this game. I want to be clear about it. It's not this game, but it is how people play these games. And this is, once again, and I maybe I need to make a separate video about this. This is why I hate tier lists. This is why I hate re-rolling. This is because this is what happens. This is what happens. Okay, shut up, girl. Ignite flexibility, whatever. All right, so when it comes down to assisting, right? If I was to pull up Nero Cloud, it's the same thing. Now, when it comes to investment into certain characters, people are naturally going to invest into the kind of the same characters. The only way that this is ever really broken is when people start to build other units. I'll talk about why that's a bad thing in this game, and I think most of us already know where I'm going with that. But the assist system kind of gets a little dull. Like, you just kind of like, it's Nox, Zoya, Nox, Zoya, Nox, Zoya, Nox, Zoya. There's a little bit of Hamel, Nox, Zoya. That's the only ones that people are really using. This one is a Bai specialty. There goes a Kraki, that's nice. A little Sumare, which I saw one of my friends, and that's why I was able to do that video. This one is usually Summer and Langley. Summer and Langley, Summer Langley. Oh, this is cool. Priscilla, wow. But this is from a stranger, someone random that they hijacked their thing. But mostly I've always had to use Langley, and then someone Summer that was pretty good. That's it. But this is cool to see someone invested into a completely different unit. Here it's usually Aaron or Luvia Ray, right? Those are most of the ones that I'm going to see here. Sometimes I've seen a decent Hakate, but those are the two ones that I'll see a lot. It's pretty much Hamel on this chick. I've never seen anyone. I mean, now that you could fault the game for that, right? You could say that there's not that many options, but the main reason why that is also is because, and this is where the first part, the main reason why that is because people either tell each other or we get super convinced of what is the best units to use, and then no one deviates from that. They're only going to build and invest into the best units. Why do people do that? Why do people reroll? They do that specifically because of the way resources work in gacha games. If you don't have a strong account, people either feel like you can't accomplish things, or they'll feel as though that they need an edge, and that's why they want to start off strong. You'll see all the titles. I mean, it's a game. We all play the game. I'm not here to make things seem like that. No one plays the game, but yes, it's about making content, you know, and making you say everyone wants to start off strong. But the problem though is that it gets like this. Everyone has the same units built, and to me that's boring as sin. It's just like so boring that everyone has the same units built. But then let's talk about Path to Nowhere specifically. Is that, as you guys know, it's just a nightmare to get units built. Fully built to this degree, to this level. Normally you would have like multiple characters like this after the game's been out for like a decent amount. I feel like in most people's accounts, and you guys play more than me, right? So this is obviously coming from slightly a bit of assumption, right? So I'm working on my third. I feel like a person that's been a little bit playing more aggressive than me, still casually, not spending any money. I think I bought the VIP pass, but let's just say, you know, that, I mean, I don't really think that gives me too much, but I would think that by now, I think people should have at least 5. Well, no, sorry, whole roll. So 6 phase 3s, I think would be reasonable for like how long the game's been out. You would have a full team of phase 3 characters by now. But I feel like most people would be at maybe their 4th or closing in on their 4th at the moment, like casually speaking. I think that the people that might have 6 are probably spent money. They probably did refreshes. Obviously, you can use your currency to refresh and get more stamina. It goes up at an interval that I'm not aware of, but that's just kind of, when you don't have variety, that sucks. And when I make a video about a random B-listed character, like, oh bro, you should definitely try out Kelvin. Kelvin has this movement speed stuff, and they get frozen. It gives you extra time. Yo, bro, you should definitely test out. I'm just scrolling down to like a random character, Oliver, who I think is absolutely butt cheeks. But let's say I figured out something in some weird combo that makes Oliver kind of dope, but you can't do it. And it's just because like you have to be working, and it's not like you have to be working on your top dogs, the characters that you know are good, whether that's through a tier list or whether that's through your own personal experimentation. You can only work on the characters that are good, and that is just kind of crappy. You can't like just kind of have like a little side project. And I mean, you can, it's just that it's once you beat the game, once you've done everything, and at that point the game is either you have to have a personal enjoyment in testing stuff out, which I find that most people don't. They like the idea of watching it. I think that's why content creators like myself get views, but they do not like them testing out stuff themselves. There's very small amount of comments that I see, very small amount of people that I see that don't follow a meta. It's very small. Very, 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 very small people that don't follow meta. It's so much so that when I don't follow a meta, I get talked about. People are like, yo, bro, why are you not building this unit? You should build this unit. This is the best unit to pick. This is like undeniably the best thing to do. That's how it works. But in this game, you are punished. If I were to build Ignis, and I've seen a built up Ignis, if I was to build an Ignis, I think my account would just have suffered. I don't think she's that good. She's cool, but she's not a core breaker. Like, I feel like my account is hard, as you can see. Who are my top three? No, almost my top row is not core breakers. I didn't invest into core breakers too much, and I'm getting punished for it. And that's not how this game wanted to be played in the long run. But I guarantee if I were to watch a video of how to progress my account, they probably would have told me to build Labyrinth. They probably would have told me to invest in EMP. They probably would have told me to invest maybe more into Sumire, maybe into my Cracky a little bit. They probably would have told me to invest in characters that, oh God, they would have told me to invest in Bayou. I got Bayou late in my account though, but they definitely would have told me to probably invest into core breakers, but I didn't want to do that. I just invested in the characters that I liked, and then now I have some type of struggle in my account, which I am perfectly fine with. That's why I still like playing the game, because I have a puzzle to figure out. Most people don't, because they're gone. they're gone from the game because they got bored, or they just don't feel like putting in the work, and it's like, I'll just play another game, because a lot of people just are addicted, and they know they're addicted to the honeymoon feeling. They're addicted to the game being in a good spot. Pay attention to what I said there. They're addicted to the game being in a good spot. They're not there to be loyal, and I don't blame them. Why sit here and wait for a game to be loyal? That's a content creator's job, and like and 10 people that still watch the guy's video. Like, that's what we are. We like to stick in these games and like hope that it gets better, and then people just come back. That's why it's always about returning players and new players. That's all they care about. The players that stick through, they feel like we're just addicted. So why care? We're addicted. We love the game. We're passionate. So we're gonna stay anyway. Anywho, that's my update on Path to Nowhere. Now that I saw that the other character was in my thing, I kind of want to maybe use her, drop a couple reviews. The NeuroCrowd videos aren't doing as well, not as well as I thought they would, though I have a lot of fun playing that game. Everything's been explained already, kind of thing. This happens when you show up late to certain gotchas. I'm still really waiting for, like I said, Higgin and now that Archland stuff. So, anywho, like I said, that's going to be it for me. Let me know what you guys feel. I really want your opinions on this. Is Path to Nowhere going nowhere? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.